Hello and welcome. My name is Alex Taylor. I'm delighted to be your host today. We're here to announce a key milestone in Aperam's sustainability journey, key for both the company itself and for its customers. I'm delighted to be with Nicolas Changeur. You are Aperam's CEO of Services and Solutions and CMO for Stainless and Electrical Steel Europe. Welcome. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Alex.
I think you have some exciting news to start with.
Exactly, Alex. Indeed, in May 2021, Aperam has announced its intention to acquire ELG. And I am very proud to announce today to our customer that we have obtained all regulatory approval in order to proceed with this acquisition.
Perfect news. Thank you very much indeed. Now, I know the sustainability strategy is very important to you. How is the acquisition you've just told us about of ELG in line with this?
Well, ELG is a very big company, a global company of plus minus 1,300 employees worldwide in 52 locations. So we serve 81 countries on 5 continents. And the core business of ELG is to purchase, to collect scrap, to reprocess it, and then to sell it to companies like Aperam. On the other hand, Aperam stands out by a very high use of scrap content in its production. So ELG and Aperam fits perfectly together, and ELG will be a strong asset in our objective to become carbon neutral in 2050, and this will enable Aperam to accelerate this transition.
Now, this all sounds very promising. Is this acquisition also a way to secure long-term access to scrap?
In fact, it's a very strategic question. It's a strategic question for Aperam, but also for the European community. Because in the climate transition toward a carbon neutral process, as you maybe know, there will be a much higher demand in specialty steel, especially stainless steel and our high alloy steel. And in order to produce it, we need the raw material. And you probably know that the European countries lack especially ferroalloys and metal ore in order to produce this steel. And this acquisition is really for us very important and strategic in order to secure our supply of raw material, and it is very much aligned with the policy of the European community to push the circular economy.
So I see it fits in perfectly with the European agenda. Now, what about your customers? How did they benefit from this acquisition?
There is a very important subject for customers that I would like to reinforce. When you look on this slide, for example, you can see that you have on one side the Asian producers, and those Asian producers produce stainless steel based on a blast furnace and with nickel pig iron and metal ores. And this process is highly polluting. Overall, this kind of process results in CO2 emission of about 5 to 12 tons of CO2 per stainless steel. So at the end of the day, what is my key message? My key message is that all stainless steel are not created equally. And in fact, on the other end of the spectrum, you have the European producers. And those European producers use electrical arc furnace with a high content of scrap. This process results in much lower CO2 emission, approximately 2 tons of CO2 per stainless steel. And Aperam in particular is already a company which offers the lowest CO2 footprint of the market. By acquiring ELG, we are able to integrate the upstream supplies in our production process, and we will be able to leverage this acquisition and to further reduce our CO2 footprint.
So, if I understand, the aim of this is to build a kind of circular economy loop with your clients.
Yes, that's exactly that. From scrap to steel and back to scrap indefinitely. When you look at what our end users are producing, we are producing a wide range of they are producing a wide range of solutions and applications. Those applications have a very long lifespan. Up to, in fact, 50 years if you take, for example, building applications. But at some point in time, all this steel will become scrap. And that's where ELG come into play. The core business of ELG is to collect this scrap, to reprocess it into the raw material that then Aperam will use in order to produce stainless steel. And then our customer will use this steel in order to transform it into their end product. And so it is an indefinite loop, if you want. And so for us, it's really fantastic news because this model of company, which is, by the way, the only one in the world, is really at the heart of the circular economy. We are using the two core pillars of the circular economy that the European Commission want to push, which is to reuse and to recycle.
What would be your one takeaway to leave us all with?
As said earlier, Aperam is a company which is very much committed in order to become carbon neutral. Together with ELG, we are able to create a single company, a new type of business model, a fully circular company that will be able to very fast become carbon neutral, leveraging all our assets, ELG for the collection and recycling of scrap, bioenergia for our coal, Recyco, where we recycle also fines, in order to be completely carbon neutral and a circular company.
Thank you very much indeed, Nicolas. That was very clear. Thank you. And thank you also for watching.